Just keep stirring, just keep stirring. I will say it again, this is the critical point. Time to cut some cheese. Somebody's wife is going to be happy tonight. Fantastic. Now we're cooking with gas. Woo! Nice. Don't try this at home. Today we're going to be making risotto. I've got arborio rice, and I've got about a half an onion or half cup of onion in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I have 1 cup of arborio rice. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and give this a quick stir. I'm going to add another half cup of rice here. Might as well go big or go home. You know what? I just might as well finish this off. So I got about 1 2/3 cup of rice going on here with the onion, 2 tablespoons of butter, unsalted, and some olive oil. Just stirring it around a little bit, getting it all nice and brown and getting that rice a little bit toasted there. I'm going to add 1 cup of water. I'm going to put some chicken stock or a chicken bouillon base in here in lieu of making an actual chicken stock. I just don't do that very often. I would, though, if I was really trying to do good. I would probably make a mirepoix and actually do a great job. But today I'm just doing about a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. And I probably will add more. I'm going to give this a quick stir, get it all going. This risotto is already starting to get milky. The beautiful thing about risotto is the rice is very silky. It's got a very silky texture. I'm going to be doing some venison steak tonight. So with the steaks, I want a nice cheesy risotto. I'm probably going to kill it and everybody's going to be, oh no, you ruined it. Whatever. I just want a nice silky texture, plenty of cheese, probably some Greek yogurt, give it that little tang. It's going to be fantastic. So the key with this risotto is just adding 1 cup of liquid at a time until it absorbs it. After it absorbs, you can see here it's getting pretty thick. I'm going to add 1 more cup of water. I have the stove on medium heat. I'm probably going to be adding a little bit of dry vermouth to this as well. We'll go, I don't know, a little less than half cup. I don't want it too sweet. We're going to go more sharp cheddar cheese. Get a little tangy on this one. Starting to thicken up again. We're going to let this absorb even more. With risotto, you got to watch it. Constantly watch it. It will start to stick to the bottom of the pan if you aren't right on top of it at all time. Keep stirring nice and slow. It's a labor of love, worth it in the end. I got the kids in the background today. If you're hearing the joyful squeals from them in the basement doing something, they're going to eat good tonight, I swear. And this is one, this is one you're going to want to tell your friends. Remember, we don't always cook with very quality ingredients here. So I'm using a good quality rice. One of the things that you have to have if you're going to make a start with a risotto is a decent rice. But everything else, I'm actually going to go with the store brand sharp cheddar pre-shredded cheese. You could go with a pecorino romano, a good parmesan, whatever. You know what? I actually might go a little bit fancy. I have here some Dubliner cheese. A little bit harder to find. You can get them at a Walmart or Sam's Club. A lot of the other grocery stores are starting to carry it now. It's getting popular. I think I will use some of this just to give it a real good nutty flavor. Stir time! That is smelling so good. You know what? I think I am going to go a little bit fancier. I'm going to toss in some pine nuts. Woohoo! First, I'm going to toast them. Toss in about this many. Risotto's starting to get a little bit, get silky, get thick. About time to add some more water. Gonna go about 3/4 of the cup of water. We'll go with about 1/3 of a cup of vermouth. Since I did change my mind and I'm going with a little bit fancier cheese and some toasted pine nuts, I might as well go a little bit sweeter with our vermouth. Still using dry vermouth, but as it evaporates, it turns into a nice sweet flavor. That's what I mean. So you can see how something that I wasn't actually going to do fancy is actually going to be turning out pretty darn good. I have my pine nuts over here. They're on, I better turn the heat up a little bit. I'm just going to give them a quick little toss here. Just for a nice little toast. We don't want a lot of pine nuts in this. Too much is just overwhelming. My kids probably won't eat it then. So we'll just go slightly mild. But the longer you roast them, and the sweeter and nuttier they get. So I really haven't put any seasonings in this whatsoever except a little bit of the bouillon. The cheese is actually going to be the main flavor here, I think, along with the toasted pine nuts. So I'm not going to add a whole lot of spices or anything that'll conflict with my Dubliner cheese or my pine nuts. I will continue to put some Greek yogurt in it though, just to give it a little bit more tang. Just keep stirring, keep watching, keep stirring. Nuts are getting nice and toasty. I love pine nuts. You can't use them in every application. They are just really powerful, but they pair very well with a nice steak and good red wine. Speaking of drink, getting a little parched around here. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. Woo! Okay, my pine nuts are roasted, toasted, not yet burned. I'm going to actually take them off the heat here, throw them onto a plate, set them up to the side. Our risotto is still going here, getting almost ready for some more liquid. I'm going to give her a quick taste. Oh, heavens. Good night. Don't try this at home. My goodness. God. I actually don't do risotto very often, so this is like the first time in years, and I've been missing out. Somebody's wife is going to be happy tonight. Alright, time for more liquid. 1 cup of water. 1/4 cup of vermouth. I am losing track how much liquid we have put in this so far, but it takes a lot. Now, a real prudent chef would probably cook something in here, a good meat, beforehand, deglaze the pan with their white wine or dark wine or whatever it is they're doing, and then start the risotto with that. Great idea. I'm not. I'm just doing this, and it's going to be just fine. Just keep stirring, just keep stirring. Time to cut some cheese. So of this block, I've cut off about this much. Maybe 3 ounces. Okay, I've cubed that cheese up into smaller squares. Once I throw it in a hot pan, they'll start to melt and not necessarily dissolve. I don't want them dissolved. I just want them smaller than what they are now, which they will do once we stir them in. Stir time. Spent about 15 minutes of cooking here, maybe less. And I'd say we're 3/4 of the way done. Probably needs another 7 minutes. a good way to tell how you're doing is just obviously just to taste it. Okay, the rice right now is, like I said, it's getting there. It's almost done. I think I'm not probably going to add any more liquid to it. It's perfectly salted for what it is. That bouillon that we added up there at the very beginning, that was sufficient. So don't overdo it. You can always add more. I'm going to turn my heat down even more. I'm on a 1 right now. We don't want it to start to stick. This is the critical point, folks. This is the critical point. I will say it again. This is the critical point. You don't want to overcook the risotto, and you don't want to undercook it. Right now, we are right on that bubble. One more taste. You want it just a slightly chewy. You don't want it to just dissolve in your mouth. You want that little bit of chew that says, hey man, this is a real beefy piece of rice. It is good, let me tell you. Throwing in my pine nuts. Once I take this off the heat, it's going to continue to cook a little bit and continue to absorb that moisture. I'm going to do a little splash. These nuts are going to start to bloom a little bit there and spread that delicious flavor into this rice. I'm not going to quite add the cheese just yet. I'm going to wait until the very, very end to fold that in. Then it's going to just kind of rest and ooze its way into the entire mixture. We don't want too much cheese, because if you don't eat all of this, you put it in the refrigerator, guess what is going to happen? It's going to turn into a block of ricey, cheesy concrete, and reheating it is not going to be very tasty or pleasant. Texture is going to be way off, so you got to be careful here. It has been almost 20 minutes. One final taste. I'm turning the heat off. I just turned the heat off. One final stir here. I'm going to throw in my Dubliners. Oh, this is about a 1/4 cup of the sharp cheddar. That's all we're doing with the sharp cheddar. I'm going to quickly fold this in. For our final ingredient, a dollop of this Greek yogurt. Oh man. Well, here we go. That's pretty much lights out. Friends, there's a lot of things that you can do with this risotto. That's just a quick and easy way to do it. It took about 24 minutes. That's all you need. Don't go any longer, please. Don't overcook it. Thanks for checking us out this time in this section on risotto. Remember, you don't always have to have quality ingredients to have a quality meal. If you like the video, give it the big thumbs up, share it with your friends. Cook for your friends, share the food with your friends. Tell them to learn how to do it on the Unqualified Chef. I'll see you next time.